North Suburban Needle Arts Guild is pleased to present our 2023-24 programming lineup. Over 25 years ago, Marge Tucker made her first quilt for friends expecting their first child. That first quilt was a traditional pieced quilt. Little did she know that quilting would become her passion and profession. Today, Marge focuses on abstract improvisational designs. Although she may start a quilt with a general concept and color palette, she proceeds to piece her quilts without a definitive image of what the finished piece will look like. She goes where she is led. Marge has received numerous awards for her quilts, including Best Machine Quilting at QuiltCon and Best Sewing Machine Workmanship Award Modern at the Pacific International Quilt Festival, Best Use of Color, Innovative at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival, as well as Best in Show at the South Shore Fine Art Festival in Cohasset, Massachusetts. Her quilts are in private collections in Canada and the United States. Marge loves sharing the tradition of quilting with her students. She teaches in person throughout the United States and her Rockland, Massachusetts studio. In her lecture, My Life in Quilts, Marge talks about her quilting journey, from the first quilt she remembers ever seeing to becoming the fiber artist and quilting instructor she is today. Marge will discuss what inspires her quilt designs and how quilting has changed her life. Circles are a magical shape with no beginnings or end, providing endless creative possibilities. In Improv Curves and Circles, Marge will teach two different techniques to explore the magic of circles and curves in your own work. One technique is Marge's method to improv piece abstract circles. The second technique shared in this workshop is Marge's method to improv piece the Dresden plate block, as seen in her award-winning quilt, Burst. Laurie Lausen is an avid rug hooker who sees her career as a fiber journey that has taken many paths over the years. She began designing and hooking rugs while still in school in the early 1970s. Since then, her journey has included exploring her passion for spinning, dyeing, knitting, weaving, rug hooking, beadwork, and basketry. One of Laurie's favorite quotes is by William Morris: "Have nothing in your house which you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful." Laurie believes these are words to live by. Laurie has a successful rug hooking design business, exhibits at several events each year, and is regularly featured in craft journals. She is currently a faculty artist at Minnetonka Center for the Arts and has taught at From Our Hands Creative and Sauter Village Rug Week in Ohio and many other regional camps. From its humble beginning in North America along the northeastern Atlantic coast to the contemporary art of today, rug hooking made with fabric strips and yarn has provided a creative outlet for generations. Laurie's presentation, Rug Hooking, Necessity to Art, will cover many styles of rug hooking, including her own work. Laurie has been teaching rug hooking and various fiber arts for over 30 years. Her classes are casual, warm, and as colorful as the materials she works with. She packs her classes with tips and tricks even the most experienced students will find useful, helping each student develop their skills and find their own style. In Laurie's workshop, Rug Hooking, Hook a Little Mat, learn the method of traditional rug hooking using a simple hook to pull loops of fabric through a linen backing. Students will hook and finish a simple trivet mat of their own design, approximately 8 inches square. Anne Kelly is a highly sought-after, award-winning UK mixed media textile artist, author, and teacher. Anne's works are richly layered with hand and machine embroidery, reminiscent of fine tapestries. Much of her work is driven by story and more recently, driven by issues of conservation and migration. She exhibits internationally, often combining exhibitions with her teaching. Anne is a member of the Embroiderers Guild, the European Textile Network, and a member of the Crafts Council Directory. Her large mixed media textile embroideries are exhibited and collected in the UK and internationally. Her 5 books are widely collected and studied in the UK and around the world. In Anne's lecture, My Practice, Anne will discuss her influences, inspirations, recent exhibitions, and work. In this workshop with Anne Kelly, you will be working from your own choice of place that holds a special memory for you. Using basic techniques, Anne will show you how to create a mixed media collage using items from your own collections. Your piece will be embellished and richly decorated to create a special small hanging, which can be added to a larger piece later if desired. Sewing machines are useful, but are not essential. Before the course, you should choose an image of your place and colors that suit your image choice. This winter, stay in the comfort of your own home with all your supplies and some good coffee close at hand. Our January and February workshops will be via Zoom with artists from Canada and South America, so to heck with the snow. Amanda McCaver is a Canadian artist who works with stitch to create large-scale embroidered installations. Amanda holds a BFA drawing from York University and an MFA in Fibers and Material Studies at Tyler School of Art in Philadelphia. Her work has shown in galleries nationally and internationally. She has received numerous awards and scholarships from the Ontario Crafts Council, the Hand Weavers and Spinners Guild of America, the Ontario Society of Artists, the Surface Design Association, and the Embroiderers Guild of America. After completing training as an industrial engineer and receiving her master's degree in business engineering, Carolina Oneto worked in Chile both in industry and as a university professor. In 2010, while living in Buenos Aires, Carolina discovered patchwork and started to seriously study patchwork and quilting. In 2016, Carolina returned to Chile and studied interaction of color at the Art School of the Catholic University of Chile. This study marked the development of her work that she's known for today. Carolina's quilts have been exhibited in quilt festivals around the world and has been featured at art centers and galleries in Europe, USA, and Chile. Spring programming will bring us back together for in-person workshops. We have offerings in basketry, modern quilting, applique, and embroidery. Lois Russell's fiber work reflects her history as a basket maker. She teaches nationally and has won numerous awards. Her work has been featured in Fiber Art Now and several books on fiber arts, including 500 Baskets. In 2021, she was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the National Basketry Organization. Jo Cunningham has been a professional quilt artist since 1979. Jo travels throughout the country and internationally to give lectures and workshops on quilt making. His 10 books on quilt making include the first biography of a living quilter, the first book on men who make quilts, and a definitive book on making quilts called Quilting with Style. He has been seen on the Peabody Award-winning PBS series Craft in America, the HGTV series Simply Quilts with Alex Anderson, as well as The Quilt Show with Ricky Timms and Alex Anderson. His latest book is Jo Cunningham Quilts, a collection of his quilts from the last 15 years. Felice Dahlhausen received her BFA at Kent State University in Ohio and had a long career teaching drawing, painting, photography, and graphic design at the high school level. Upon retirement, she made the decision to devote more time to her own art. While she had always quilted, she now had time to explore new possibilities and combinations of textiles. Felted wool combined with cotton fabrics and embroidery stitches, hand applique, as well as pieced work. Felice's work has been exhibited regionally and nationally, including at the International Quilt Festival in Houston, Mid Atlantic Quilt Festival, and the Vermont Quilt Festival.